Tengo varios años con CB, es posible más de 20. CB no tenía oficinas. Nos reuníamos en garajes, casas, tomábamos una tacita de café. No teníamos un lugar exacto donde reunirnos, porque así es como se comienza una batalla. Y venimos a tocar puertas con CBE. CBE eran pocos los miembros que había. Nuestra líder, Linda Márquez, con su puño arriba siempre decía: juntos movemos montañas. Y entonces, debido a eso, le pusimos la causa a ese movimiento. Así se inició CBE, para que ahora seamos un grupo muy grande.
I grew up on Cottage Street, where this concrete mountain kind of appeared overnight, and it started getting my neighborhood sick. People got cancer, people got asthma, people got other illnesses. My school, it was a big mountain. There's this lady called Linda Sprance Marquez. She passed away recently. What she did was she stood up and she was like, hey, like, I don't want this mountain here. It was called La Montaña. And after that, they fought for it for so many years, and CBE got involved, and that's how CBE came to Southeast LA, because of her. And basically, they stood up, they got it off, and now that school, it's called Linda Sprance Marquez, the school I currently go to as well.
Communities for a Better Environment is an environmental justice community-based organization. CBE began its work in California in 1978, and we are now reaching 40 years of community organizing, community building, and just building people's power all across California. We've brought many positive changes to the state, which has had ripple effects across the nation.
CBE was first called Citizens for a Better Environment, and they changed the name to Communities for a Better Environment. And the reason was that we wanted to emphasize the role of low-income communities of color and immigrant communities in the environmental justice movement. Now, we've always been grassroots, but we made the intentional decision to come and have our offices in communities that we serve.
CBE is real. It changes over time, but what hasn't changed about the organization is a very practical vision. We are going to go wherever the truth and need takes us.
We're based in 4 communities across the state of California. We're in Southeast Los Angeles, we're in Wilmington, part of the city of Los Angeles, East Oakland, and Richmond in Northern California. And this is where we build that base of leadership amongst our membership. And our members are youth, they're elders, they're families, and they live in these 4 communities, they're fighting for these communities. These are the experts, and these are the folks that are planting the seeds for this continued movement towards environmental justice.
Environmental justice is everyone's basic right to clean air, clean water, and clean soil. And as folks impacted by environmental injustice and environmental racism, we should have a seat at the table, and we should be leading the solutions that are going to eventually bring forth resources.
I would say the real heart of our group is community organizers who are expert in bringing information to the community. And, you know, to tell you the truth, we need the technical and the law, but they don't mean anything if you don't have the people power. So our organizers empower people to come and speak out for themselves. It's very powerful when people come out and tell the decision makers what they're facing and what they have to do. I think our organizers are the ones that should be lauded for the valiant and really difficult work to just be out there in the community all the time.
I am a youth organizer with Communities for a Better Environment, but I am a resident in Wilmington, California. Big difference with Wilmington is that we are a physical representation of what environmental injustice is. You can look at every corner, you can turn on every street, and you will see something that doesn't add up. You will see a site that's polluting next to a school, next to a home, next to a church. We even have a container yard right next to a cemetery, you know? So I always tell people, like, you can have great healthcare here, but you're never going to escape industry and pollution. It's everywhere in our neighborhood.
I seen a flyer for CBE and it said to join a toxic tour in my neighborhood. And when I went on the tour, I seen that all the places in like where I live, all the surrounding places that were toxic and polluting our air. And because we had already lived here for like over 20 years, it was like an aha moment. Like, oh, that's what I've been breathing in all this time. And after the tour, I was like, I have to be a part of CBE.
In a toxic tour, we go through our communities where we get to see some of the nation's worst air polluters. We also get to learn about the history of community organizing that happens in our hoods. It is part of our leadership development, so oftentimes our tours are led by community members that experience this on the daily.
That toxic tour changed my whole path. After learning that, I could not be a part of CBE because I didn't realize when my children were growing up that is what they were breathing while they were developing.
I do go to the meetings. Other kids my age also have asthma. I want to help them out. Like CBE is helping me out. Get them to know who CBE is, not just like as an organization with the environment, like as your family, because they're basically, like with my mom, she helps me with my homework. CBE helps me live, basically.
Pues esta niña es mi hija, ¿verdad? Mi muñeca Celia. Yo sé que es difícil entender muchas cosas por lo que ella ha pasado, ¿verdad? Con su asma. Yo como madre sigo trabajando duro, ¿verdad? Porque quiero una mejor calidad de al aire para no estar en esta situación. Te quiero, hija.
Communities for a Better Environment definitely means too much. It really does. And I think for me as a community member and as somebody that has had the privilege of going through these different forms of volunteer to intern to staff, it's such a special organization.
It's a second home to me, especially with the people I found, and I'm more open about a lot of things, especially like just expressing myself. I think I've opened up a lot more with CBE than any other organization I've been a part of.
Who you are as a person, like your sexuality or like your own nationality, abilities, you know, you're more than welcome here at CBE. I just want to let people know that this is an open, safe space for folks to know who they are and stand up for themselves and their whole community.
CBE has been my inspiration. It's been my compass, my moral compass. And having had our victory, we eventually defeated the concrete mountain that appeared overnight in front of my house. Now there's a high school there, which is really awesome because you get to see all these young students get inspired by the story of Linda Marquez.
It's definitely become a home. It's definitely become a safe space. And I think it really is because we don't have spaces that are out there for us. And I'm so thankful to work in a space that like inspires me with really great youth. There's like super hardcore like empowering women that work here. And we just have really great allies in leadership. And so CBE it's a great place, it's home, it's community, it's all of these little things that we talk about and have a vision of. It's here, and it's really great.
The future of CBE is really exciting. I mean, we've had 40 years. That's an amazing, amazing history and legacy. There's a lot of work for us to continue to work on. We will continue to expand our power, of people power, because that's really what wins. That is how we're able to build this momentum towards creating real change.
There's a whole bunch of things that when people get involved in environmental work, they take for granted in this country now. And I've got to see how those policies got made. They weren't there before. And a lot of them started with CBE's work. And then it spread statewide or nationally. And those are things people take for granted now. People should know that we're all standing on the shoulders of the people who came before us fighting this fight, and it matters for generations what we do.
you.